Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl, and I am back today with my brother.
It's Rolf, everybody.
Yep, and today we are going to be making some more fattening items because the holidays are here, and I've got my stretchy pants on so we can...
Yep, and I'm not tucking my shirt in anymore.
Yep, and I got something to cover up my stretchy pants. So this is the time of year where in the restaurant we have all kinds of bakery goodies.
I thought it was a dryer that was shrinking my clothes, but I think it's the refrigerator that's shrinking my clothes.
And I had to get a bigger size pair of stretchy pants, and I thought maybe I better start backing off on some of the sweets, and here we go. We're making some tasty sweets.
Now we have to take advantage of our stretchy pants and our...
yeah, I got the bigger ones on today. I got room to move.
And the second belt notch and all.
Yeah.
But we're going to be making a Door County Cherry Cobbler. It's super simple. It's kind of another one of those easy ones. Remember we made the visiting cake?
Yep.
How easy it was. You say,
how many times have you made that too? Since
over and over and over.
I know. You must have had a lot of visitors. Every time I looked, you were making a visiting cake.
Because every time I make it, I'd set it down to cool, and somebody would cut into it, and I'm like, So I'd have to make another one, and then they would take it home with them, and I was like, I didn't even get to visit.
See?
But
that's how good the visiting cake was.
This is going to be a similar setup. It's very, very easy. We're going to use the Door County cherries, and it takes a very minimal amount of time. Same thing, you see somebody coming down the driveway, they call up and they say, Annika, I haven't seen you in a long time. Can I stop over? You're like, oh my God, sure. But then you can
get out of my pajamas now.
You can make coffee and throw this cake together in the same amount of time for the most part. So.
Okay. Well, I know that Rolf sometimes practices at the restaurant on some of these recipes so they can make sure that they turn out correctly.
Exactly, because some of the times I'm a little wrong on my measurements, but once I tweak them in, they're all right.
Which bugs me because every time I walk in from the warehouse and that table's full of bakery goodies, what's that? Now I got to dig into that. And that looked really good. And then, of course, I had to get out a can of whipped cream to put all over it and heat it up in the microwave. I was wondering what that was for.
Well, that's what it was for.
Well, I thought it was for me.
All right, well, you're going to help me out here. What you're going to do is you're going to put the flour, the sugar, and the baking soda in that bowl and mix it up.
All right, flour.
I am going to take this butter.
We're doing 1 cup of flour.
Yep.
Bang. And half a cup of sugar. And a 1/4 cup of baking soda.
Oh, I'm sorry, baking powder.
Oh,
baking powder.
Hey, not baking soda.
Mom does not like baking soda.
Yes,
baking
my mom says
powder.
She can taste it in there even when we don't use it.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we're going to use a full stick of butter, which is equivalent to about half a cup. We're just going to throw this in the pan.
I know, I was just telling Rolf that butter's too hard. I'm not going to be able to whisk it up. And he goes, no, you just throw it right in the pan.
Well, we're going to throw it in the pan, and we have our oven preheated to 375.
And I know all of you are saying, like, oh, isn't he going to spray the pan because it's a cake? But because of the butter, he explained, it shouldn't be sticky.
Yep, because we're not going to mix around that butter. You'll see we're going to pour the batter right on top of it.
Okay.
All right, so you go ahead and whisk that together.
Whisk it up.
Yep. And all you're trying to do is make sure all the dry ingredients are together.
Okay, I think it's good.
Yep, and then you're going to take a teaspoon of almond extract that you have sitting there.
Okay.
And you're going to plop that in there.
Beep.
Pour slow, it's easy to spill.
What? You mean I can't put extra?
You could also use vanilla if you wanted to, but this is because, of course, Mom likes
and
almond.
I like to, oh, look at.
Well, you just empty the bottle.
Look at that, just the right amount.
All right, throw the
Perfection.
cup of milk.
Look at I'm being nice and tidy.
The egg.
The egg.
You throw the shell right in there. Perfect. Now mix that up.
Okay.
All right.
Stand a little closer so I can splatter.
You know what I'm having trouble finding? Remember those whisks that Mom always had at home? Kind of the horseshoe-shaped one?
Yeah.
I think I only see them in Sweden.
Why don't you go steal Mom's?
I was thinking about that.
She doesn't even bake anymore, hardly. She just likes to get bakery
Listen,
goodies
if
from
I
us.
went and grabbed Mom's Swedish whisk,
She'd
we
know
both get a
about it.
phone call and go, have you seen my Swedish whisk?
And then I'd say, well, Rolf took it.
And I'd say, you took it.
That's exactly. Then we'll both say, Lars took it. Nice and creamy.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll see, we got our butter melted here.
It almost looks too thin to be a cake.
Nah, it'll be all right. Let's give it a couple seconds for that butter to
Like, you know,
melt.
usually when you do a cake, it's kind of thick, like the batter.
Yep, can you smell the almond extract?
I can smell it.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It does smell good. You know, and being a nut lover, not everybody can have nuts and not everybody wants nuts. But I would love to put slivered almonds in this.
This would be a
so
good one, like the visiting cake.
Yeah.
And the other thing you could do with this one, we're using the Door County cherries, of course. You could also use any kind of fruit that you'd like. Pie fillings would work the best. I was concerned about this being vegetarian for a moment because many of the pie fillings have a gelatin in it, which is an animal product, right? But I got these from Wienke's Farm Market, which is a great farm market. We have a lot of good farm markets in Door County. We got this particular one at Wienke's, and I called them up, and they use a modified food starch, which is vegetarian.
Oh.
Many of the pie fillings are that way now, but I just wanted to verify that. So they are modified food starch.
That's pretty cool.
So what we're going to do now is this butter should be melted enough, which it is.
And by the way, Wienke's Farm Market on the way to Algoma there from Sturgeon Bay, it's like that straightaway. They make the best lefse. So if anybody's looking for lefse, everybody's always asking us for lefse. I always send them over to Wienke's.
They've got a lot of good products.
Yep,
Their Door
they
County farm markets are all over the place, and they're all fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, now you're going to take that batter and slowly pour it right on top of that.
Do I need a spatula at all?
I'll grab you one real quick.
Okay. Just all over?
You just pour the whole thing in there and just scrape it out with this.
Okay. Ooh. You know my motto, right, about butter?
Yep, the more the better.
More butter, more butter, more butter.
Scrape the rest of that out.
Yum. It smells good. It almost looks like a, what are those, like Bisquick cakes, you know, where you drop those little drops?
Well, that's what we're going to do next with the cherries and the cream cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's what it reminds. Wasn't there like a commercial on TV that did that or something? Why do I remember that? Or was it an Easy Bake
I
oven
think it
recipe?
was Easy Bake oven recipe.
Easy Bake.
So now you're going to take one of your spoons there and just take this out and glop it in there. Just dot it wherever you want. You're not covering the whole thing because it's a cobbler.
So like just blop it on?
Yep.
Ooh, I gotta stir it up. Do you ever notice how they put a bunch of cherries right on the top? And then you take the next scoop and there's no cherries. It's like, what happened? There they are. You know, we also have we sell this pie filling at the restaurant in the boutique, but we also have the cherry raspberry, which is really good too. Does it have to be pie filling, or can you use jam?
You could use jam. You could use some fresh fruit. I used to make one that was very popular, the recipe that I got out of the New York Times Magazine, and it was made with, what the heck was it, plums. And it was fantastic.
I like plums. Nobody likes them, like prunes and stuff. I love that. Like fig Newtons, they're so good.
We'll put one there.
You know what? I like to stick a whole bunch in the corner because nobody ever wants the corner piece.
Unless it's loaded.
Well, this one will be like the bonus cake because it'll have big fat cherries in the corner
That's
for the
probably good
losers
right
that
about
get
there.
the loser. Wait, I got to put some on this corner because that was their. All right,
Now
that's all we do?
Now you're going to take this and you're going to dice this in there randomly. This
Okay,
is
hang
8
on. I
ounces.
still think I need a little more cherries.
Well, you got to make room for the cream cheese too.
Oh, okay.
So just kind of cut it in there. It's going to get some on your finger. It's kind of sticky. Just crumble it up anywhere you want to put it.
So
Small
just
pieces,
cut it,
big
little
pieces.
pieces of cream cheese.
You might just want to use your fingers and pinch
what's
it
up with
around
that?
too. That's what I got the rag here for.
I'm not very ladylike. Just little chunks.
Anywhere, yep. And you're going to do the
all
whole
over?
package.
Oh, this is like a little cheesecake.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And again, like I said, like the visiting cake, boom, boom,
God,
boom.
this would be so easy to make.
For kids too. It's super easy for kids to make this.
And you know what? Even the kids wouldn't even, if you don't like cream cheese, like, because sometimes when I was little, I didn't think it was good. I like it now. But it would be, you wouldn't know it's in there. I didn't know there was cream cheese in here.
I find that the kids tend to eat things that they make. So if you include them in things that they don't normally eat,
they're all proud that
well,
they
yeah,
made
they
it.
want to give it a shot, and then they adjust the seasonings for their taste on like, let's say like something like asparagus or something like that, or broccoli, or that's kind of reaching a bit, but maybe they could do it. Probably throw some in that corner there.
Oh yeah, because that's the bonus corner. Oh,
It's all right. Doesn't matter where
what
it
just
goes.
happened? I'll put a
You
big
can throw
blob
one on
over
top
there.
of the cherries too. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah, there's one on the corner. I could squeeze that out. You know, Mom loves cream cheese on everything. Her new thing is that cream cheese chive, whatever.
Throw one right over there.
Okay. You're kind of a control freak,
I know it. I know it's supposed to be kind of a messy cobbler, but
but you like it to be artsy
kind of a
looking.
neat cobbler.
All right, how's that?
That's good. Here you
Okay.
can.
I'm just going to put this in
All
the
right.
garbage.
Here's a towel for your fingers if you need. Okay, now we're going to throw this in the oven at about 375, and we're going to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll check it out.
Wow, that was the easiest thing ever.
And that's pretty much it. Now we just got to wait for the results.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a story then while we're standing here?
Stories.
Somebody's home.
Jasper's home.
My nephew Jasper's home. And actually, what did I want for Christmas from Jasper? He gave it to me?
An SBCC sweatshirt, yes.
Santa Barbara
City
Community
College.
or
City College.
City College sweatshirt, a nice big one that he got. He's out in Santa Barbara doing a dive program.
He's diving for the Santa Barbara City College Marine Diving Technology Program.
And you went there.
I did go there.
And did you take
long
the same
time ago.
courses?
I took pretty much the same courses. It sounds like his is a little tougher right now than when I had to do it. I don't tell him that though.
Oh, I won't. Like, he won't watch this episode either, and he probably doesn't know that we're talking about him.
Oh, you know what I did bring today? Let me shoot off here a little bit.
He's super excited. Oh, you know, you almost... So this beautiful cup, I have one as well. It says Annika, and the other one says Bo. And it is from
Clay Bay, isn't it?
Clay Bay Pottery,
Yes.
Jeannie Aurelius.
Yep.
And we got one as a gift when Bo was in the hospital, each. She sent it to us,
This
which I
is
thought
my
was really nice.
favorite coffee mug. And you know what? I don't know if you notice it. My coffee tastes better. It tastes different. It tastes better.
Okay, well, guess what? Yesterday, I was walking around in the warehouse cleaning up after people as usual, and this cup was precariously balanced
on a pallet,
top
a
of
wooden
a pallet
pallet.
that was only this thin and sitting on the edge, just waiting for some clumsy person to walk by and bump it over.
I remember setting it
So
there.
I went and grabbed it and rescued it off of there because I thought, oh boy, Rolf's going to be so sad if his mug drops. Because what happened when I gave you your Christmas present with Jasper when he was a baby?
Oh, I
and
had
he
to
was a
glue it
mummy?
together. Doran dropped it.
Doran bumped it off the
But
table, and then Rolf had to glue the whole thing back together because he missed his.
And now it has character now, and it still holds coffee.
Boy, that's why I don't use mine
this
because
is
I
my
don't
new
want them
favorite.
to break.
And everybody obviously knows it's mine. So.
Yes. So Clay Bay Pottery between Ellison Bay and Sister Bay.
Yeah, I did her a trade. So when we had the start of the nationwide pandemic with the COVID thing going on, so she needed some yeast and some flour, and it's hard to get. And I said, well, I got yeast and flour, so I gave it to her, and then returned, she made me this.
Well, that's really nice. And I think a lot of people don't know this, but she's got those super cool ladies with the little heads. And then
Oh,
they,
yeah.
And then at the
Yep.
Shoreline restaurant, they have the little like lighthouse lanterns that are really pretty.
Yeah,
So
they do some amazing things.
If you ever get a chance, you
there.
should go check it out.
Amazing things.
Yep, and Thor has a cool pottery shop too, and down in Ellison Bay, and ooh, that looks good. All right.
All right, well, I took the liberty, because of the magic of television, to bake one of the cobblers earlier today. And this is the results.
Ooh, see? This looks great. And look at, I like how the cherries didn't sink all the way to the bottom.
So, you know, yours, when it comes out of the oven, I have a feeling it's going to have more cherries in it. So I think it's going to even be better than this one.
This looks delicious, Rolf.
But you can go around the edges and you'll see, look how
Look,
loose
it doesn't even stick.
It's already coming very loose.
You know what it kind of looks like on the side is like, you know how when bread pudding?
Yeah,
It looks
does.
kind of bread pudding-ish, but it's not. Easy to cut. Ooh, look at that.
Now, you could serve that with some whipped cream if you choose.
Yep, ice cream or whipped cream, and you know what would be really good? Hot out of the oven.
Oh, yeah, they're the best. But do you remember when we made the blueberry cream, the blueberry soup, and we had that?
Yes, I dream about that sometimes.
That whipped cream would be perfect on here.
Really good. Okay, so Rolf and I always wonder, which utensils should we use? Now, if I was Dad...
I'm going for the spoon.
If I was Dad, which one would I use?
He's going for the spoon.
And which one would Mom use?
The fork.
Right. And why would Dad go for the spoon?
You can get everything.
That's right. That's why I prefer the spoon too.
Well,
so now you're going to steal my spoon.
Yeah, I would go
and
for the spoon
now I have to get
as
another
well.
one.
I learned from camping a spoon is much handier than a fork.
Who
'cause
needs a fork
You can
unless-
eat everything with it.
Yeah, unless you have to stab it like a piece of meat, but you can still scoop up a piece of meat too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the only thing that's hard to eat with a spoon is a salad.
But it can
a
be
lettuce
done.
salad.
But it can be done.
It can be done, but it's not really that
All right.
easy.
Well, make sure you get some cream cheese. Make sure you get some cherries.
Okay, well, I kind of feel bad that I don't have any kind of whipped
What?
cream to put on it, or... You know what? I love how this is so buttery.
And it came right out of the pan. You didn't need to spray anything. And like I said, the trick is to leave the butter.
So easy good.
Leave the butter on. Don't mix it in. Just leave the butter. Pour the batter right on the top like that.
Oh my God, Kit and John. John's not here. Kit and Bill, wait till you try this. Rolf and I tend not to eat the whole pan so we can share with our camera people, right?
We could eat the whole pan because by the time
I could
they're
eat-
ready to eat, our other one will be done.
I could eat the whole pan myself. I'm an eater. And then I'd have to go walk 10 miles with my dog because I feel bad about eating the whole pan. But that's okay. We have our stretchy pants on.
But again, to reiterate, all the good pie fillings and fruits from Door County would be fantastic. Blueberries would be very good with this. Apple would be very good with this.
You know
You
what?
could skip the cream cheese if you wanted to.
I like these cherries because they're not sour.
Right.
Like our cherry pie tends to be just a little tiny bit sour, but it's not sour cherry pie. But this is like, you don't even have to add sugar because it's just sweet, this perfectly sweet. And I don't like things overly sweet.
And the other thing is, I made a mistake one day, and I forgot eggs, and it still turned out pretty darn good.
Well, yeah, I have
So if you have an allergy, you can't have eggs, or you're trying to avoid the eggs, you could do that as well. If you want to make it a little more rich, you could add another egg.
Well, I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
This does not taste like the one that I sampled a couple days ago
I
in the
didn't have
restaurant.
an egg in there. I totally.
I could tell the difference.
Okay, you could.
This is way buttery and better. The other one was more like floury, like cake.
I did not have an egg.
How about butter?
I had butter in the bottom.
Because it didn't look like this.
When I got done, I'm sitting there looking at it, and I see all my eggs on the table still, and I was like, I totally forgot to put the
You're
egg
a
in there.
dum-dum.
Sometimes. Anyhow,
That's because you didn't have me there to say, put the egg in.
in conclusion, though,
In conclusion, this is phenomenal.
easy to make, Take your kids out in the kitchen with you and have them throw it together, and they'll be proud of themselves. You'll be proud of them. You'll be proud of yourself, how easy it is and how good it tastes.
It almost tastes like French toast. Good like buttery
Well,
French toast.
You could put cinnamon in there too.
Good breakfast item. Oh, well, as I'm stuffing my fish.
We're coming to an end here.
Yeah, we are. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Door County Girl. And what do you call this?
I call it Door County Cherry Cobbler.
Door County Cherry Cobbler is a must. Super easy. All the kids are doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a new sensation. It's going to go viral.
We're going to go viral with this Door County Cherry Cobbler. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Door County Girl. And Rolf?
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Yep, at the bottom of the page. And you can join Rolf and I again for another delicious recipe.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect for fika.
Yeah, fika time.
You're missing your
every
coffee.
day. All the time, all day long. All right, bye everyone. Thank you.
Hey-do.
Hey-do. All right. Hey.
One more.
Well, that's mine. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.